So much more evidence has come forward from even Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively themselves that all but confirms that yes, Ryan used his nice pool character in Deadpool Wolverine.
Chop you up into 1,000 pieces and hide you all over the void. I'd be fighting alongside them, but my calling is to one day host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement. Hey, cowboy, my eyes are up here. I know it's tempting. I look at it.
Hollywood never saw it coming. As rumors of on-set tension between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni spiraled into a massive legal battle, it was Ryan Reynolds, usually adored for his witty humor, who stepped in and lit the fuse. What started as a straightforward adaptation of Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us exploded into headline-grabbing turmoil, with Blake filing a major lawsuit against her co-star and producer partner Justin. Yet the real plot twist? Ryan's unexpected parody in one of his film projects that many believe directly mocked Justin's alleged behavior, effectively undermining Blake's serious claims. Insiders say Ryan's comedic shots, delivered through a character suspiciously mirroring Justin's mannerisms, turned the entire lawsuit into a spectacle. Allegations of misconduct, emotional turmoil, and power plays were suddenly overshadowed by Ryan's offbeat satire, leaving Blake scrambling to defend her case, while also explaining why her husband would poke fun at an issue she framed as no laughing matter. The legal stakes soared as Justin's lawyers insisted Ryan's parody trivialized real complaints of harassment, raising questions about whether Ryan had inadvertently, or intentionally, derailed Blake's efforts to expose the truth. Fans reeled as this once-perfect Hollywood couple found themselves facing accusations of hypocrisy, along with a mountain of potential damages that could eclipse hundreds of millions. Initially, the collaboration between Blake and Justin looked like a dream. A best-selling book, two beloved stars, and a promise to bring authentic storytelling to the screen. But beneath the glossy surface, tensions brewed. People close to the production hinted at controlling behavior, hidden agendas, and ballooning egos on all sides. What no one anticipated was that the biggest disruption would come from outside the actual lawsuit, courtesy of Ryan's razor-sharp humor. Now, as the public tries to make sense of it all, the question remains: has Ryan's comedic brand become the very weapon that might unravel Blake's pursuit of justice?
Points next to her. You go out. No, that's all you get today, though. That's it.
I know. I can't believe you.
That's it. No. Just that. Yeah.
Off
no.
camera,
Yeah.
not so nice.
No. Never. Never.
In the immediate fallout of Ryan's surprising move, speculation hit a fever pitch. Fans who once saw the lively Reynolds marriage as a fairy tale union began to wonder, could Blake truly champion accountability on set, while Ryan turned her serious allegations into a viral punchline? The controversy only grew when Justin's attorneys labeled Ryan an instigator, arguing that his public mockery had muddied the waters of a case already rife with he said, she said accusations. Meanwhile, new details emerged about the lawsuit Blake had filed against Justin. Whispers of invasive directorial methods clashed with stories casting Blake as an overreaching producer. Anonymous crew members alleged Justin made off-color remarks, questioned people's weight, and bulldozed creative input. Justin fought back, painting Blake as a master manipulator using her star power to dictate every facet of production. Audiences were left asking whose version of events could be trusted, and whether Ryan's parody had derailed any chance of fairly assessing the actual evidence. As the online debate raged, people rediscovered clips showing Blake snapping at interviewers or dismissing fans with curt replies. Did these moments indicate a hidden side of her personality? Or were they just out-of-context sound bites, magnified by the tension? The stakes grew even higher when talk turned to the towering sums involved in the lawsuit, potentially hundreds of millions. Industry insiders realized the film they'd once heralded as a high-profile adaptation could go down in flames if the scandal continued to overshadow its artistic merits. And with Ryan's comedic cameo making headlines, both he and Blake found themselves entangled in a drama neither had likely intended to create.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This is cool. It's not every day the husband gets to interview his wife's love interest in a film. It's kind of crazy.
I don't remember seeing this on the schedule.
Dive in, shall we? So I saw you posing in a photo with Mrs. Reynolds, and I'm sorry, what do you call her? Do you guys have a nickname or something? Okay, no, just so it's Mrs. Okay. Anyway, I saw this photo. It was very suggestive. So here, I got it right here. I'm gonna get right to it. How do you explain that?
Dark rumors were about to break free. Suddenly, wild chaos erupted. Blake and Justin's partnership around It Ends With Us evolved from a promising endeavor into an all-out legal war that had already pulled Ryan Reynolds into its vortex. Shockwaves rippled through social media and Hollywood boardrooms alike, leaving fans and insiders stunned by how a seemingly flawless production erupted into accusations of underhanded tactics, hidden evidence, and massive lawsuits. At first glance, everything about the collaboration seemed perfect. Justin vowed to honor Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, while Blake, known for her desire to keep sets harmonious, signed on as both star and producer. Yet almost from the moment the cameras rolled, there were faint murmurs of friction. Crew members whispered about controlling behavior, explosive arguments, and a tension no one could properly identify. Many who'd followed Blake's career found themselves baffled. How had a poised and confident star ended up in such a messy and potentially career-threatening scandal?
Millions of fans out there. You are one of those fans. You immediately bought this book right, and you wanted to direct it. Why?
Well, I first optioned this book in 2019. And at the time, it had sold just under 1 million copies. And I had
Why
never
did
read
you read it? Yeah.
Well, I just started Wayfair Studios, and at the time, my book agent, shout out to Johanna Castillo, sent it to me. And she said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, you know, got snot coming out of my nose. And then I read the reason why Colleen wrote the movie. It was for her mother, who had a real life experience like this. You know, she was Lily Bloom. And I just thought, if this could affect me in this way, then I can only imagine what it could do for women and people who are in this situation all over the world. Because all of us have a situation or a pattern that we need to end the cycle of.
As allegations multiplied, more staffers stepped forward claiming Justin had crossed professional boundaries. From remarks about Blake's post-pregnancy physique to unilateral decisions about costume changes. Justin vehemently denied wrongdoing, insisting Blake was a meddling producer eager to overshadow him. He portrayed himself as a genuine storyteller who'd been blindsided by a bigger star's clout. Fans watched in both fascination and dismay. What began as whispers of rudeness spiraled into a larger conversation about power imbalances, creative control, and the sheer weight celebrity influence can wield. No longer was this a simple, he said, she said. It was a high-stakes power struggle revealing how star power can shape, twist, or even obliterate reputations.
When you watch the movie, I think, especially women, I think they're going to walk out of the theater feeling empowered and almost like, you know what, we all need a little bit of an Alyssa in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, she's the best friend of all.
With lawsuits flying and reputations on the line, a frantic PR battle ensued. Alleged text messages surfaced suggesting that Blake demanded script overhauls behind Justin's back. Other rumors cast Justin as an authoritarian director who demeaned team members. Each leak fueled another media circus, pushing the film's actual story far into the background. All the while, Ryan's involvement remained a flashpoint. His NCE Pool parody struck many as a direct jab at Justin, especially when lines supposedly mocking feminism and body image echoed real allegations in the lawsuit. Lawyers questioned whether Ryan was intentionally ridiculing Justin for a global audience, and critics wondered if Blake's pledge to address on-set misconduct was undermined by her husband's irreverent lampooning.
Did you feel pressure, either one of you, about we have to do this right, we have to get this right, or anything like that?
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. Like, we had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
With each passing day, the stakes climbed higher. Blake insisted she was fighting for a safe, respectful work environment. Justin continued to push back, claiming he was a victim of false narratives. Contradictory stories and behind-the-scenes clips emerged, making it nearly impossible to parse truth from spin. Both sides were ready for an all-out court battle, armed with staggering claims that could reach into hundreds of millions of dollars. Producers and studio executives, once confident this adaptation would be a smashing success, now worried about colossal legal and PR headaches. The possibility of shelving the entire film loomed. brand partners who once clamored to work with Blake and Justin began quietly distancing themselves, not wanting to be associated with a scandal overshadowing the film's original, meaningful themes.
2 lily blooms for the price of one today.
A bouquet. You have
this,
a bouquet.
I've got a bouquet of blooms. I am absolutely...
Corsage more, it's like 2.
Yeah.
From the outside, it looked like a vortex of suspicion. Blake's loyalists dug for any hint Justin had a track record of boundary pushing, while Justin's defenders insisted Blake had manipulated the narrative to save her own image. Ryan, unwitting or not, found his comedic persona cited in legal documents, a first even for Hollywood's most outrageous lawsuits. Gossip sites churned out daily updates. Court dates inched closer, each side carefully wording official statements while dropping leaked tidbits to the press. Quiet settlements were hinted at, yet both camps seemed prepared to go the distance. For all three, Blake, Justin, and Ryan, the emotional and professional toll climbed by the hour.
Are you surprised at the phenomenon that it's been already, first of all, with the book, but the anticipation for the movie?
I'm all of it. You know, I think that there's the little boy in me who I don't know if I ever dared to dream that this could happen. So I'm kind of trying to catch up with the reality of it. And I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, you know, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. Like, that's what I'm grateful for.
In an industry that thrives on image, this scandal has proven how fast public sentiment can sour, even on its brightest stars. Blake's once pristine reputation now shows cracks. Justin, once admired for thoughtful storytelling, finds his career under a dark cloud. And Ryan, the comedic darling of superhero films, faces backlash for turning serious allegations into punchlines. Though some still hold out hope that It Ends With Us can be salvaged, many believe the damage is already done. If a settlement does happen, the public isn't likely to forget the drama that nearly overshadowed the project's premise. Court documents remain sealed for now, but rumors of damning text exchanges and phone calls suggest the worst may be yet to come. Ultimately, this saga underscores the precarious nature of fame. In Hollywood, star power and influence can be wielded as potent tools or deadly weapons. As fans and critics comb through every leak for the real story, deeper industry questions emerge. Will studios rethink how they handle big personalities? Will comedic barbs that cross legal lines become a new battleground for defamation suits? Whatever unfolds, the reputations of Blake, Justin, and Ryan are already forever changed, and the once promising adaptation of It Ends With Us will likely go down as one of the most talked about controversies in recent memory.